What's going on YouTube? AntCap24 coming back with a new play out of the Gun Trips tight end formation scheme that we're going to be doing all week long out of the New England Patriots playbook. In this video for this play, we're going to introduce a motion that we're going to use as the foundation of this scheme. Anytime you have the ability to show the same look pre-snap and really get your opponent to have to take a second to dissect what route combination you're trying to do, really puts you at advantage when you're attacking on the offensive side of the ball. And that's what this motion is going to do for us. Now, I came up with this motion because it really sets up a lot of nice beaters when it comes to cover 2 and cover 3, the way the community plays this formation. And let me explain this. I kind of went into it a little bit in the last video. And what it is that this formation has a very popular cover 3 bomb that attacks the seams. It was something that, from my recollection as far as looking for research, AKG Killer, I think it goes by AKG now, he's a pro player, put out this as one of his nice strategies to beat cover 3 over the top. And I'm going to show you that play first, just so you can see what I mean. And because people know of this bomb, they really protect the seams a lot more, which is going to open up our scheme. Now, if someone's not protecting the seams, by all means do this play. And then, you're going to have them protect the seams. But this is kind of why what play we're going to do here later in the video is really going to be opened up by it. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going to run it out of the PA shot wheel. And basically, it's going to be a right hash mark play. And I'm just going to get this defense, in a base line, just kind of normal cover 3, where they're playing the traditional outside. And all it is you're going to put the B on a fade, the X on an out. Those are the only 2 routes that you need in order to make this work. Now, if you want to have a little bit more opportunity to get it open, you can always put your A on a streak. And that's going to hold that free safety a little bit closer to the middle of the field. But this B is going to be wide open. It's something that, from a cover 3 standpoint, is a really nice beater against traditional cover 3. Carry out the fake. You're going to see that this B is going to be wide open. You're just going to pass lead it to the outside, and you're going to have the 1-play touchdown. Again, this is a setup that AKG had brought to the community. And because it's popular, people will now go to a defense where they're going to invert their corners to the middle of the field. So basically what they're doing here is they're taking their corners and they're making them sure that they're playing deep halves to protect the seam. But the ability to protect the seam is now giving up the corners, okay? Anytime that you kind of do a this for that, they're going to take away the seam, so you can't beat them there, but now they've got the outside of the numbers as a very vulnerable spot, and we're going to take advantage of that with this formation with a lot of different plays, and we're going to show you one of those today. So now we kind of showed you why people have to play that cover 3 inverted look with their cornerbacks. Let's go ahead and show you how we're going to attack it with a beater that does a great job of attacking the outside, but also doubles up as a great ability to beat cover 2 and does do a good job as well against cover 4, although the cover 4 throw is a little bit tighter. We're going to show you that as well. So the play is going to be called Pat's Wide Post, and it's just a great opportunity to expose that defense. Let's go take a look at it now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this defense in that cover 3 inverted look. As you see, I got the corners that are pinching towards the inside. And I want to make sure that you know that this is primarily going to be a right hash mark play to the wide side of the field. You can always flip the play and work it to the right, especially because you have a right-handed quarterback if you feel more comfortable kind of drifting to the right. However, because of the threat of the 1-play score that we just showed you, that works much better on the right hash mark versus standard cover 3s, you're going to want to go ahead and try to use this as a right hash mark to get your comfortableness from that side, because it's going to give you that threat to that opponent that he's always got to worry about that cover 3 bomb. Now, what we're going to do on this play is we're going to take this X, we're going to put him on an out, we're going to put the Y on a fade, and we're going to block our running back. Now, the motion that we're talking about is this X receiver motion to the right-hand side, but we're going to hike it before he hits the B receiver. And the reason why we want to do that is that we want to create a bunch look on the left-hand side to where when we do that, the Y receiver actually pinches in, and you're going to have 3 receivers that are very close to each other on the left side, allowing us to have a nice ability to do flood routes and a lot of different ways that bunch from a compressed set really makes the defense much harder opportunity to stop the plays. Now, what it also does is that it creates a little bit of a delay from the X route, which we're going to be able to use in some scheming as well. So let's go ahead and show you this play and show you how it works against your cover 3. And then we'll go ahead and show you how it works against the other coverages. So we're going to move this guy over, and I'm going to keep on pressing the A button. That means I'm spamming the button in order to make sure that the guy hikes it at the right spot. And you're going to see how wide open that guy's going to get if you time it right. Now, that is the ideal throw on this play. Now, let me go ahead and show it to you on instant replay and just kind of show you why and what we did here. And what you're going to see here is that, first off, when we move this guy over, see how number 18 got a little bit closer. Now we're going to hike it, and these guys are going to be in more of a bunch look. Now, because the way he goes in an extra step, see how it delays number 11's route here? And then you're going to see here that because of that, he's going to get open underneath. The first throw that I should always be looking at is number 11 as my first read. It's Julio Jones. I don't know why I keep on saying number 11. And you're going to see that Matt Ryan can easily throw it to this player, and you can get 5 yards. Nice little dump off pass when it comes to any type of blitzing, a hot route, just something for them to keep an eye on. So that's your first read. The second read is going to be this 12, okay? That's Mohamed Sanu, and we're going to be able to throw that ball to him as he gets underneath that corner. The reason why it's going to be open as much as it is because Gabriel goes ahead and takes that corner down the field and more towards the numbers than the outside of the field because of the inverted coverage. We're going to be able to throw it under here and catch that ball. I usually like to pass it to the outside to have the better success. Now, what's also nice about this play is the tight end's route. The tight end route does kind of an angled post. He goes out to the side, and then it comes back into the middle. We're going to show you ways to use that in the future. As you can see that as he splits those two players, you're going to have a good opportunity of throwing it to him as well, especially if a user wants to try to cover that post route down the field. So it's kind of an insurance route that says, you know what, if you want to get too aggressive with trying to cover it, we're going to be able to throw it to him as well. So that's really what the play design is give you that quick option to Julio Jones, and then you're going to have the 1-2 combination with the corner route by Sanu or the angled post by Hooper here by my tight end in the middle. So that's how this play design is, basically going to work. Let's go ahead and show you what we're looking for out of cover 2. So now I got cover 2 all queued up, and what I'm going to do is I want to go over a point that I didn't make in the last with the cover 3, and that's personnel. No, our B receiver here, Sanu, is a little bit lesser speed. I actually like that for this scheme, the number 2 receiver in your depth chart. You can always move them around, but at least have one guy that's a little less speed. Currently in the MUT situation, I'm using Larry Fitzgerald, the newest one that came out. In comparison to some of the speedsters out there, I really like his ability to be a little less. And because he's got such great run blocking, he's in a nice spot in that slot position to help me with that as well. But if you have somebody that's a speedster, you can always take this route and you can smart route him. And what that's going to do is shorten his route a little bit, allowing for the routes to develop around him and kind of give him a little bit more of a no man's spot. I do like this even with a slower receiver as well, but this is predicated on being as close to the down and distance of 10 yards in order to get the correct angle on this, so I want to make sure that you're aware of that. So let's go ahead and show it to you where we're not smart routing them, and then we are smart routing them. So the setup again is to go ahead and take this X and put him on and out, Y on a fade, block your running back. Then we're going to go and hike him and spam it. Now watch this wide receiver. And what he's going to do is he's going to give you a nice opportunity to get, when he pinches over, hold that safety as close to the middle as possible, allowing the B to make his break. So watch this. I'm holding A down. Actually, I'm pressing A to get this to do spam. X is going to be your first option, but the option you're really looking for is this B receiver. And you're going to see how nice of a cover 2 beater this is because he gets open in that little soft spot. Let's go ahead and show cover 2 again. But we're going to show it this time with the B being on a smart route. That way you can see the difference and kind of look at, what your personnel may be. If you got, if this isn't working for you where you leave him on the deep route, smart route him. I guarantee you that you're going to have success with either or, depending on your ability to have, the speed correlation that you've built on your team. So we're going to move this guy over. We're going to spam the A button. We're going to have him hike the ball. He's going to go over there. I'm going to wait for this guy to break. And you can see here that we're going to be able to throw this guy open. and you're going to be able to catch that ball in a nice spot. You can see that it creates a different angle, but you're going to be able to get the guys open either or. Now, what I like about this against cover 2 is that when you go ahead and get somebody to see this a couple times, or some of the plays are also going to have some outbreaking routes, you're going to get a middle linebacker user to kind of shade towards that player. Okay, you're going to say, what am I going to do? I got to make sure that that guy doesn't beat me, or at least get in type of a passing lane. What that's going to really do is open up your A receiver. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you that if they start to get a little too aggressive by going to the left side of the screen, I like to hit this A receiver pretty much on his break on a low pass. So let me show you how that works. Again, move this guy over, pressing the A button a bunch of times, and you're going to see here on his break, we're going to be able to throw that ball right there. Obviously, that time we got popped as soon as we got it, but there is a throw there that you're going to be able to throw. As soon as this guy goes to the outside, especially when there's a player in a deep blue, as soon as he does it there, you could have seen that I could have thrown it, anticipated his break a little bit quicker, but you can see as we throw it right there, as long as we throw it low, we're usually going to have that ability to catch that ball without really having too much of an issue. That time we got popped because we kind of basically got hit sticked, but that is going to be a really nice option for you. So let's show it to you again just to make sure that you can see that we can get it in there. But that is something that I like to go to when there is that opportunity to do so. So again, X on the out, Y on the fade, move this guy over, A, hikes the ball. I kind of waited a little too long that time. You can see here, that's the throw, and you're going to be able to catch that right there. So if a user at all is not shading towards the right, they're giving the deep person in the cover 2, the middle linebacker in the deep blue right there. That is a spot that I do like to attack because of the fact that it is very vulnerable in this defense. Also, if they decide that they don't want to put anybody in a deep blue, this A route also goes ahead and does a great job of getting in that little seam, as you would expect. And I do look for that route just in case, if they feel like, we haven't tested them in the middle yet, or if they get lazy on it and say, you know what, I'll cover it myself if I see any threats. Typically we'll be able to, test them in the middle with that. So we'll do the same thing, move this guy over, and what you'll see here at the A is that he goes that little soft spot in the cover 2 coverage where we're going to be able to throw it to him right there in between, your safeties and whatnot. There isn't a threat to the right side of the screen, so because of that, you're going to see that your outside players are going to jump on him a little bit quicker. Your cornerback, your safety, whatever the case may be. But as long as you throw it there on a bullet pass, you're going to have some great success. So that's why I really like this against cover 2. I'll show you to one more time just so you can see basically why this is a great cover 2 beater. But and that's typically what I want to use it against most, to be honest with you. But because it's such a great cover 3 invert beater, I use this setup pretty often because it beats both coverage. So again, you move this guy over, you're hitting that A button, and you're going to see that that B route is going to be very, very successful for you. Just step up there, rack catch it, and get some really good yards with it. So now let's just show you that cover 4 and how that works against that as we bring that coverage to you. So as you can see, I got cover 4 all queued up, but I'm going to go ahead and put them in cloud flats because cloud flats is going to be the harder coverage to beat. I didn't show you a hard flats yet. And after this cover 4, I'll show you the cover 3 hard flats because that's what you're going to see the most. At least you can visualize it on this video. That way you can see, even know that it's going to be easier to throw it, I might as well show it to you, right? So here's cover 4. And what you're going to notice on cover 4 is it is going to be a tighter throw. I mentioned that earlier in the video. And I want to make sure that you know that. But if you throw the right ball, which is usually going to be a low pass bullet to the outside, then you're going to be able to throw this ball as long as you hit him on the right spot. So here we are. We're going to move this guy over. We're going to continue to press the A until he hikes the ball. And you're going to watch this. X is always going to be that first route that you can hit. Then you can throw it to this guy right here on that little spot. You can see that I had to pass lead it down. And the reason for this is because of the outside coverage of this player. He's only designed to go outside fourth. So because of that, the fade route isn't pulling that player any closer. He's going to stay in his position basically to the left of the numbers each time, right? Now that he's got that guy playing there, you can see that our throw here is going to be down and away because what we got to do is we got to make sure that we're throwing it underneath them and to the outside, okay? Now, look here. As soon as I get that guy to throw it down here, he's underthrown as it. And you can see that we have that nice little soft spot. Okay, the throw is there. It's just something that you want to make sure you practice, because if you don't throw it ideal, that guy can make a break on it. He's not going to pick you off, but he is going to cause an incompletion. So to finalize this video, let's go ahead and look at cover 3 real quick and make sure that we're on the hard flats, just so that you can see that it does work great against hard flats as well. Again, we're going to block our running back, put the X on out, Y on a fade, and then we're going to motion this guy over. And we're going to hike it as he hits that player. You're not going to want to throw it to that X because of the way he goes ahead and cuts off the outside. As you can see, it works. So the reason why that guy wasn't as open, guys, is because I didn't put them on the inverted coverage from the outside. So now I put the corners on the inverted position. You're going to see that this guy's going to get a lot more open because of it. So let's do hard flats and put them in those inverted positions. So you just notice that even though I didn't put them in inverted, we were still able to make that throw against cover 3. But because people do inverted, that's why I kind of wanted to show you the inverted first. So here's hard flats with those cornerbacks pinching to the middle. X on out, Y on the fade, and block your running back. What we're going to do is move this guy over. And you're going to see here that you're going to be able to hike the ball right there. The guy is going to pull the coverage down. You're going to wait for this player, and you're going to see that you're just going to have a really nice, easy catch on the sidelines, guys. So that's just basically how this play will really work for you. Cover 2, cover 3, it doesn't matter. As you can tell, that the cover 4 is going to be a little bit tougher to throw, but it's not something to panic on. You can still make the throw when you got it. I want to say thank you for everybody that has watched this video all the way to the end. We do appreciate your support. If you got something useful out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It does really help us grow our channel. If you're new to our channel and haven't seen one of the videos that are on your screen right now, go ahead and check it out for some great Madden content. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.